Think burgers can't get any better with how amazing they taste and how good they are? Well, I have a little secret for you. They can. Say goodbye to soggy toppings and bland bites because today I'm revealing a simple yet game-changing way to take that cherished burger to the next level. Plus, I've got an easy burger recipe that will blow your mind. And at the end, I'll share a pro burger hack that keeps your toppings fresh and your burgers extra juicy. So stick around. Hey, I'm Connor Hebel with Amelia Island Microgreens, and I've been growing microgreens for over 13 years. I've been featured in Forbes and Entrepreneur, and I've helped thousands of people just like you grow your own fresh microgreens right at home. And if you love next level food hacks, then let's get into it. So let's talk about this mystery ingredient that I've been talking about. The mystery ingredient is microgreens. And the reason why is they have more flavor and variety than your boring bland lettuce. Regular lettuce, it's kind of boring. We all have it. It has a nice crunch though, I'll give it that. Microgreens have so much flavor. And in fact, I'll share with you one of my favorite microgreens to add on a burger if you like a nice kick. And that is oriental mustard microgreens. Oriental mustard is the cousin to wasabi. So it's nice and spicy, and yet it's not in your nose where it's so intense that you can't taste the rest of the burger. So it's really that nice blend of like a mustard with spice, and it adds so much to a burger. As well, you can choose spicy, sweet, or nutty microgreens to complement different burger styles. So like a collard or a broccoli is going to be very mellow. You're not really going to taste it. Or you have more of your radish or oriental mustard to be spicy. And for that more nutty taste, you can go with a sunflower or pea shoot, which are really great because they have that nice crunch that really adds a lot of flavor and a nice texture. So if you like the crunch of lettuce, then a sunflower pea microgreen is going to be really good for you. Now let's talk about the nutrition in microgreens. Microgreens are up to 40% more nutrient dense than your mature vegetables, so it's super healthy for you. And just having a small handful of microgreens is going to give you so much more nutrition than a handful of your mature vegetables. You don't need quite as much for it to make a huge difference. Microgreens are packed with antioxidants, fiber, and vitamins, and a small handful makes a big impact. So just that little topping on your burger can make all the difference for your health. And the third thing, microgreens have a better texture and crunch. Unlike limp lettuce, microgreens stay crisp and vibrant on your burger. And number 4, they're easier to use and store. There's no ripping apart giant lettuce leaves. Instead, just grab a handful of microgreens and toss them on. And a bonus thing that's super cool about adding microgreens to your burgers is that people are gonna be shocked. What is this thing that's on there? What's this tiny little plant? And that might start up a really cool conversation on how microgreens are more beneficial for you and how they have different tastes. And there's so many different fun things about microgreens. It elevates your burgers and makes them stand out from regular burgers that you see around. So what's your go-to burger topping? Drop a comment below. And if you love this kind of content, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And don't forget, I've got a pro burger hack coming up that keeps microgreens fresh and your burgers juicier. All right, so now it's time to talk about the flavor profiles of microgreens. So the best microgreens for burgers and their flavor profile. So let's start out with radish microgreens. It's nice and it has a different color, so it's going to be more of like a bright pink, which is really cool because it elevates the burger even more than your green microgreens. Because how often do you see pink or red vegetables on your burgers like that? Another one that's similar would be amaranth. And amaranth has that nice nuttier flavor, whereas radish is going to be more spicy. So then the third one is sunflower microgreens. This is crunchy and nutty. It's a perfect lettuce replacement because it has that nice crunch and it's just a really cool microgreen. Then you have mustard microgreens. It's spicy like natural horseradish or Dijon mustard. So if you're someone who likes a lot of mustard on your burgers, this is going to be a great addition to your meals. Next, we have pea shoots. Pea shoots are slightly sweet, they're soft, and they're refreshing. They have that nice crunch that you get with lettuce. So if you really miss that lettuce crunch, go with that one. And I feel like it's the closest to lettuce. Besides lettuce microgreens, which is another one that is really great on your burgers, has that nice lettuce taste. It's not big and it has more nutrient density than your typical lettuce does. And if you like that lettuce taste, broccoli microgreens are similar. They're mild and they're loaded with a lot of nutrients, including sulforaphane. So they're super healthy for you. If you want to learn more about the nutritional content, go to this video right here. And of course, my personal favorite, oriental mustard. It has that nice spice and it gives a lot of space for your burger to have different dimensions of flavor. So I highly recommend it. So this is around 2 to 4 servings, depending upon whether you want a ½ pound burger or 1/4 pound of burger. So now let's talk about the ingredients. The ingredients, of course, 1 pound of ground beef or a plant-based alternative, salt and pepper to your taste, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, a tablespoon of minced garlic, cheese of your choice to put on top, such as cheddar, Swiss, or goat cheese works great, a brioche or pretzel bun, microgreens of choice, radish, sunflower, and mustard for a spicy kick, toppings such as tomato, caramelized onions, or avocado. All right, so now let's talk about how to make it. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna season and form your patties. So mix the ground beef, garlic, Worcestershire sauce, and salt and pepper, and form into 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch thick patties, depending upon whether you want 2 or 4 servings. So now the second thing, grill or pan sear for 3 to 4 minutes per side. And then once you've done that, go ahead and add that cheese at the very last minute and add a cover to your pan and melt it. And now toast your buns. Lightly butter and toast your brioche or pretzel buns for extra flavor. And lastly, assemble and add your microgreens. Stack with tomatoes, onions, avocado, and a big handful of microgreens. And of course, add whatever ingredients you want. If you don't like tomatoes, don't add them. If you love them, add them. And of course, make sure you add your microgreens because they're gonna be the star of the show. And pro tip, always add microgreens after you cook them to keep them crisp and fresh and the most nutrient dense. Let me know in the comments below when you add microgreens to your burgers, and I'd love to hear how it goes. And if you want fresh microgreens right at home so you never run out, join my free microgreen masterclass at ameliaislandmicrogreens.com/101, and I'll show you how to grow them yourself right at home in 7 days. All right, so here's my burger hack. You can finely chop your microgreens super fine, and this is going to bring out the flavor of those microgreens. And then what you can do is add them into your burger sauce. Blend them up with some mayo, mustard, aioli for an extra flavor punch and to get even more nutrients into your meal. And this secret tip is great if you have picky eaters who don't want anything to do with vegetables on their burgers. So now that you've upgraded your burgers, you might be wondering, what else can I make with microgreens? Well, in my next video, I'll show you some amazing microgreen recipes beyond sandwich and burgers. So stay tuned for that. And be sure to comment below, which microgreen are you most excited to try on your burger? And don't forget to join my microgreen masterclass at ameliaislandmicrogreens.com/101 to start growing your own microgreens right at home in 7 days. Want more delicious ways to use your microgreens? Click on the next video on your screen right now, and I'll see you there. As always, stay awesome.